What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and as usual, we're going to be going over the markets. I know Fed Powell speaks today at, I believe, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, so we're probably going to see a bunch of volatility right around that time. Let's see what he has to say. But as you guys know, if you do watch this channel, we like to follow the charts, not the news. The news usually just follows along with the charts. So anyways, let's get into it. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, gold, and silver towards the end. So make sure you stick around for the whole video. Make sure you smash those thumbs up. Also, those those charts I'm going to be showing at the end, the Litecoin, Ethereum, gold, and silver, all those charts are a year old. We're going to see how they're playing out. As you guys know, we have been calling this the big crypto washout. I do believe we are witnessing the biggest money grab in history in all markets. I've explained this over and over. We're going to take a look at the charts, see what's going on. And starting out with, if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you go down, subscribe to the channel. We do daily updates every single day, other than Saturday and Sunday. Also, there's a members button down below. We'll be doing more members videos where we go into more detail and looking for opportunity in all markets, going over the ticker of your guys' choice during the live stream. So anyways, taking a look at the Dow. As you guys know, I've been talking about a possible pump up to retest this top of this channel here on the RSI. Doesn't have to happen. We have had bearish divergence up here, so just be aware of that. Let's zoom in here a little bit. This is what I've been looking at, a fifth wave ending diagonal right here. And if it does pump up, I don't see it getting much higher than this 34.7 area, which is the golden pocket zone. If we do hit that, I think we'll come down pretty harshly. But again, it doesn't mean we have to. We hit our first target of the 34.4 range and seem to be getting rejected right now, getting support on the 0.236. Either way, like I said, we are very near the top of this before a capitulation coming down for the Dow, right? Which would obviously take Bitcoin and everything else down. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to hear it, but I like to state what's really going on. So Bitcoin will not be able to hold up in a traditional bear market. It is a risky speculative asset. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin's going to die. I'm saying that Bitcoin has much further down to go. If I'm correct on my analysis, again, none of this is financial advice, but we're going to be digging in a little bit. If you guys haven't watched any of my previous videos, go back and watch them. We've been talking about this for an extremely long time while everybody else was screaming 100K. So anyways, let's take a look at what's going on. Let's take a look at the weekly real quick before we go into the DXY. As you guys can see, we showed this hidden bearish divergence here, higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. We were expecting a turn right in this area. Again, we could get a big wake up here before coming down, so be aware of that. As of right now, still bullish on the DXY. We talked about this 200 EMA on the daily holding as support. Usually can get some wicks below and it still go up. Like most of you guys know, I do believe that just like back in the 80s, that 200 EMA is huge. You know, we can drop down quite a bit below it, but still get support. But this is what I believe is happening for the DXY as per back in the past, right? So 122 is my next target. Within the next few months, I believe we'll get up to these ranges, maybe get a rejection, come back down a little bit. But once we break this, as you guys know, on the weekly, this is my weekly chart we've been looking at for well over a year. Once we broke out of here, the target is about 178. Now, this could take years to get up here, right? Just like this over here. This was about a 5-year run, right? So could we see something like that? Definitely a possibility, guys. Be aware of that. All right, let's take a look at PrimeXBT. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out PrimeXBT. Links down below. I also have a tutorial on my YouTube page. Go up to the contest section. You can actually join free contests and actually win tradable money. So if you win the contest, you win tradable money, and you can actually keep your winnings off that tradable money. You can trade gold, silver, Forex, crypto, Dow, everything, pre-markets, post markets, everything all from one exchange. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. Yeah, check them out. Use my promo code Savvy50. If you are actually trading on there, you can get up to a $7,000 bonus. Savvy25 can get you 25% off your fees. They do help sponsor the channel. So let's take a look at, this is the Bitcoin chart that I haven't showed in a while, but I had showed you guys every time we have a big drop like this, right? We don't come back up to that level. Most people think you're going to retest this, right? But this one here, once we broke past that 32.9, never made it back up to touch it. And then we had our next capitulation right here to 25.3, never, actually 25.321. And if you zoom in here, never really came back to touch it. Came close, but didn't come back to touch it. I think we're going to see the same thing. And right here, this one's at 17.5, right? So I don't believe we're going to get back up to the 17.550 area. If we do, and we break that, then we have this 55 EMA on the daily at about 18.1 to, depending on, so if this goes up a little bit, this may curve. Then we may see that 18.3, whatever. But first we'll look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, if we have topped here, it almost hit the golden pocket zone right here. If you look at the RSI in the 4 hour, we are in this rising channel. And what does a rising channel usually do? That doesn't mean we can't get one more little kick up, right? But we'll probably see something like this, maybe bang around on the bottom for a little bit and drop. And that'll be around that 15.4, 15.5 when it hits the bottom of this channel, if this is correct. Again, doesn't have to be correct. We could go a little bit higher. We'll look at that on the daily. But if this is correct, let's take a measured move from right here, widest point of the triangle, and to, if we do break down over here, it'd be about 12.6, 12.7. But as you guys know, on the weekly, we've been watching this 14.5. I do think we'll probably get a bounce at that 14.5, maybe come retest this again up at this 15.4 area, if it does happen before continuing down. But if we do break this 14.5, then we're looking for somewhere in the range of 12.6, 12.7, right? Take a look at the daily. So on the daily, same thing. Here is our daily triangle that gets us down to about the 75 to 8,500. As you guys know, I think this will be the false bottom. I think this will be sometime in February or March when we get here, and then we'll get a big rally, maybe up to that 14.5 into April, somewhere in April, maybe May, and then continuation down for the ultimate bottom to be sometime in the middle or end of next year. This is still what I'm looking for, unless this all gets invalidated. I will tell you if it gets invalidated, but as of right now, let's look at the daily. So if we're looking at the daily here, from this high right here to this high, we're making lower lows in the price action, or lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. See the yellow line here? That's hidden bearish divergence. Now, a lot of people are talking about the bullish divergence here. Well, you could say this is the bullish divergence playing out, but all it is the RSI resetting to make room for more downside. And by looking at the daily, I think right down here is where we're going to get our bounce. And that could be around 20.7 on the RSI, which would get us back down to that 14.5 range that I've been looking for. But remember, if that breaks, then look for the 12.6, 12.7. If this does happen faster by the end of this year, then maybe we see the bottom this year, but I just don't see it as of right now on the charts. And right here, I've just kind of drawn out what I think is going to look like, something like this, getting to the middle or end of next year for the true bottom. Now, zooming out, would that look weird? No, it would look pretty. And look at this candle right here. Everyone's getting really bullish on. How many times have we seen green candles in this whole downfall, right? What is that? That's exit liquidity. That's getting people bullish to dump into them. We talked about that a long time ago on how bear markets pop, or how bubbles pop and bear markets work, right? We'll go over that in a second. But as you can see, this is where I get that 14.5, right? From this right here, that gets us that 14.5 on the weekly, this measured move of the rising broadening wedge. Still think we're going to hit there, just like all our other targets hit. From this one up here, we called, before it even broke, we called this 25.5 range, right? Boom, nailed it. Then from there, we made a bear flag, and we called this at 17, we were calling 17.7. Bam, nailed it. Now, if this was to just be another bigger bear flag, would be that 8,500, right? But first, I want to see this 14.5. If that doesn't hold, then I think the 12.7 or whatever. Well, again, it's not going to happen in all in one candle, guys. Also, this is the week or the monthly RSI. Everybody is so focused on the weekly. Look at the monthly, guys. Bearish as hell. Now, this is the .com bubble on the right-hand side. This is Amazon. Or on the left hand, on the right hand side, Bitcoin bubble, right? We talked about this. This is not an Elliott wave count, guys. This is a bubble pop pattern. We talked about this back on December 2nd when I pulled this whole chart out, right? I said what you'd be seeing is a drop, right? And then you get a big rally. Everyone gets bullish again. The bottom is in just to make a lower low. Then you get a rally. The bottom is in just to get another lower low. The bottom is in, get another rally just to get another lower low. This is called exit liquidity. Each little pump, everybody gets bullish. They won't take their money out or sell, but the big boys sell into them, take their money over and over and over and over again. And then you have a false bottom. We've been talking about that happening. Once this weekly RSI breaks, I believe that's going to be the false bottom. Everyone's going to get extremely bullish yet again, just to turn around, come down, and make lower lows towards the end of next year. Now, when that breaks, if that breaks now, and we close the weekly above this trend line, then maybe this will be the false bottom. Otherwise, I still believe that the false bottom will be sometime in February or March. Get a big rally, get everyone bullish again, you know, from maybe 75 to 8,500 all the way up to 14, 15,000, only to come back down, you know, next year to that 35 to 4,500 sometime in the middle or end of next year, looking something like this on the RSI, just like it did over here, right? When this one false bottom broke, got a huge rally. That was like 120% or something, and then down. This is just a zoom, you know, a bigger picture of that. This is that bubble pop, and then you can see what happened after. If that was to happen in Bitcoin, 2025 would be a 10x from the bottom all the way up. And then we have 2 years of downside. Again, 4-year cycle, but 4-year cycle doesn't have to get a new all-time high every time, right? Now, everybody is thinking that. This chart would look pretty funny if it got a new all-time high in a couple of years, but who knows? Anyways, this is what I'm looking for. This is my 10-year plan. Check all my other videos. I go over it in more detail. Here is the Amazon weekly chart overlaid on the Bitcoin chart, playing out beautifully, guys. If you guys are interested in helping support the channel, check out my wife's webpage, inkurimage.com, right here, INKURIMAGE.com. Lots of cool crypto stuff, all kinds of stuff on there, and she can put anything you want, any of this stuff. Just contact her in the contact section up here. All right, Ethereum. Taking a look at Ethereum. This chart is like a year old, guys. So what I'm looking at now, we have these targets here. The first one being 817, second one being 706. And those are measured moves off of this bear flag, right? So now, if those break, we could see as low or lower than around 250. That would be probably right around the middle or end of next year. This could be a long, slow, drawn-out process. But that's what I'm looking for, unless it can get back above the 1630, hold support, and then maybe we'll change our view there. Also, I want to tell you where the invalidation point is on the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart. Right now, it's about 27.4, right? Looking at Litecoin. So Litecoin, I showed you guys this. Bearish divergence, lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action. Looks like all we're doing here is forming a rising, broadening wedge, right? So if we break the bottom of this wedge, probably be a good time to short, and that's around $50. Otherwise, I mean, if you're short, if you're playing smaller time frames, there's going to be a lot of trades in there. But once we break this, that measured move is $10. We also had a measured move of the break of this rising broadening wedge here, and that brings us to the 23 to $25. I still believe that's where Litecoin's headed, but I do think 10 is also a very good possibility sometime next year. Gold, this chart is also a year old. Gold, our target still remains around 1561. That is a point where it could be bullish, but if that breaks, our next target is 1432. And then on the weekly, and guys, all this is huge opportunity, right? Get these lows. So if this multi-year trend line right here breaks, right, we look for 12.1, which is the one-to-one extension. Looking at this as a possible ABC, excuse me. That breaks 973. That breaks 670. So all this comes right back to those 08, 09 lows where we had the big market crash, right? And then they printed money. And this is all just a big money grab, in my opinion. Silver, this chart is also a year old. Chart this, you can check back for however far you want on silver. My target is still 15.6. If that breaks, could go as low as like $7. Let's go into the weekly, see where that $7 would line up to. Same thing, guys. 08, 09 areas. Just be careful out there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, smash the like, share the video if you enjoy the content. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of my targets. Think it's crazy? Think they're most likely going to happen? What do you think? As you guys know, I really don't care about news. I believe all the answers are in the charts. Could I be wrong? Yeah, but so far, it's done me pretty well. Thanks, guys. I'm out. Don't forget, subscribe, tick your notification bell for updates. I'm out.